Last week I mentioned a story about a doctor friend of mine, and now for the rest of the story, he had mentioned that a patient of his had survived a particular form of cancer that he, of course, wouldn't mention because it can't be patented. But he had asked her what her secret was, and she says to him, flaxseed meal. So I took this little tidbit of information, did some research this week, and this is seriously something that I'm going to introduce into my diet here in the future. Um, I've learned that flaxseed meal has to be ground up, number one, so your body can absorb all of the nutrients. And if you mix it with other raw foods, obviously it is a great additive to it. It's very, very high in fiber. It's very high in omega-3, and it contains antioxidants, including, I think it's pronounced lignans, which is also high in phytochemicals that have the antioxidants. These lignans help prevent diabetes, type 2 diabetes. They also can help breast cancer with women, and they help balance female hormones, which I thought was a very interesting piece of information for everybody out there. In addition, another friend of mine this week had sent me an article on thistle. I really had never heard of this as far as the nutrients, but what's interesting about thistle is that it directly helps the health of the liver. And what I didn't know is that the liver is really responsible for the metabolism in our bodies and the speed of the metabolism. When we do things to destroy our liver, if we drink alcohol, obviously, is the big one that destroys the liver. You need something that is going to help battle that. I looked into milk thistle to see what the benefits there are, and it's interesting that it's also fruit that you can pick it while it's young, and you can blend it just like the flaxseed. And as you may know, if you haven't watched before, I use the Vitamix to blend up raw food, and so it's easily absorbed into the body. You can put different proteins with it, obviously. I tend to use it with a base of orange juice or soy milk, but what's great is you can, what I'm reading is that people are obviously using this and mixing it into their smoothies for a really good kick in the butt for health. So I recommend that you look into it. Check it out. I have some links up on the blog. If you go to ahealthycleveland.com, there's a blog link, and there's a link for the milk thistle and flaxseed, and you can follow other links from there. In addition, on the healthycleveland.com website, you can also get a free 30-day trial on your Vitamix. It's a no-risk, free 30 days. Try out the Vitamix. I highly recommend it. It's been a fabulous thing in my life as far as the way I feel, and frankly, the way I've helped me lose about 50 pounds and the way I feel and look. So there's other ways to do it. I have relatives that have used other machines as well, and they envy how easy I make the Vitamix look when you're making smoothies and making dinner. Sometimes I use it 3 to 4 times a day. I use it with a lot of vegetables in the later part of the afternoon. In the morning, I use a lot of fruits. But I absolutely would recommend trying it out. Go to the website and check out the free trial link. Also this week, I got a chance to check out a little bit of an article which is right in line with the healthy consciousness that is sweeping Cleveland. There's been new bicycle legislation that is in effect here, or getting ready to become in effect, including a legislation that motorists must keep 3 feet away from the curb. So for those of you who get out and bike, more safety is in the future for Cleveland. This is something that's pretty cool. It's great exercise to get out and bike. I love riding bike through the metro parks. It's beautiful. You can ride for 10, 15 miles, 20 miles, whatever you can do there. And it really is a great way to get the heart rate up, go do some bike riding. And now riding your bike back and forth to work in the city sounds like it's going to be a lot safer too. My guest tonight is Geri Ciacchi, and I do this every time. All right, Geri has been around the music scene for quite a while. It's very special to me. I've known Geri from a long time, and we're from kind of the same hometown of North Ridgeville and Elyria out there, where we played for years. And one of the things, the fascinating things about Geri is that she is very, very passionate about what she does. So we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight, and also, as far as health and part of our discussion, I really wanted to focus on. It was, when you focus on something in your life that you are so passionate about, and you do it because it's something that you love and it's something that you enjoy. And Geri's done just that with her music and the festivals that she's put on. But I know at some point, Geri, once again, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
I know at some point, when you're striving for your passions and doing something you love, that it can become stressful.
Oh, definitely, without a doubt, yeah.
So, and everybody has different ways to de-stress, but, before we really dig into that, how did you start putting together festivals?
Well, it was just kind of one of those things. We were talking one day, me and a bunch of my friends and, a lot of my associates and people like DC Carnes, and we all know Dwayne, and we talked about, wouldn't it be great if we could just see all our friends, because we never get to see anybody because everybody's playing music and we're playing the same nights that everybody else is playing. We started talking about it and joking, and I said, well, why don't we just have like a reunion and just have a couple people play and stuff like that. And we talked about it, and then looked into it a little bit and realized that we really don't have anything that showcases local talent in Lorain County. And then it dawned on us, hey, it's we could kind of do something with everybody, not just with our personal friends, but what about these kids that don't have time? What about these kids that don't have time to or aren't of age to like play in a club or go to a bar or an older scene? There's a lot of kids that are talented that are not of age to play in a club, and a lot of them aren't getting the ability to get their wings, so to speak, or their stage legs, so to speak, because they don't have the talent or the venues to show their talent. They don't have anything that they can to go to and get their experience from.
Right.
So we started talking about it and said, well, let's kind of include everybody. So we started looking into things and finding places that you could have an event where you could have live music. It's kind of tricky. Some cities don't want outside amplified sound. Some places don't mind.
But these have been outdoor events, though.
Always outdoor,
okay.
Because we want to incorporate. It's just fun. It's a funner time. It's healthy. You're in the sunshine. You're having a great time. I mean, who doesn't like to camp? Who doesn't like to take the kids along and have a good time? We wanted to focus on it being family oriented, all ages oriented, because I don't care if you're 2 years old or 85. If you like music, it's something that speaks to you and it's something that you feel, then you should have fun with it and be able to enjoy it. And a lot of campgrounds, you can't go to a campground and blast your stereo all night long or do certain, things volume-wise. So this is just kind of our way to go, hey, you know what? We have a lot of fun with what we do. We want to share it with everybody. Wouldn't it be great if we can do stuff with the community too? It creates revenue for wherever we have it at. I mean, the area always makes wonderful revenue from people coming through, getting camping gear or whatever they need for the weekend.
And you have vendors come to the show?
We have vendors that come to the show. Every year we try to get new vendors. Every year we also try to get new bands and new acts. We keep a lot of our old, the original guys, like most of the people that are headlining, because we do Friday and Saturday night, started out with just Saturday. And then we had so many people coming and so many things happening, and we have a lot of people that love us, and we love a lot of people, and we want to kind of incorporate this with everybody. So we're like, hey, we're going to have to go into another night. It used to be Saturday was our night for the show, Friday was our night to see everybody in reunion. So now we're kind of like, a lot of people come on Thursday and set up, and a lot of the bands that are there to see friends and stuff too come on Thursday. And then Friday night, we now have 6 bands on Friday and 11 acts on Saturday. Oh, wait, no, sorry, 19 acts we have all together this year.
Tell us a little bit about the variety of all the acts then.
Well, we like all genres. So we have everything from people playing acoustic guitar to alternative to rock to classic rock to modern rock to we have the tributes. We have a couple of tributes that we always have. we just want to kind of incorporate everything. We even had this group of kids, recess, wonderful guys that started playing when they're 12 and 13, and they were making us look stupid on stage. Not a bad way, but you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Amazing. You know, these kids are making us look, hey man, we got to go back to school because they're showing us up type. Good stuff. And
there's a lot of talented
there's
kids.
a lot.
Sure.
There's a whole lot. And there's a lot of talented people that don't always get, like we were saying, a venue to showcase their ability. And like I said, we want to pull in somebody new every year. This year we got about 4 new acts. We have a lot of our same staple people that have been with us since the very beginning. We've got a lot of acts like Dead Ahead's new to us. For the last 3 years they've been playing with us, so they're, you know, wonderful, Grateful Dead tribute. Of course, we have our band Ball and Chain doing the Janis Joplin. Ragged Glory can't join us this year, but Ragged Glory's been with us for 3 years. They're a Neil Young tribute. We've got Grafton Road Band, which does a lot of Allman Brothers and jamming type journeying music. And last year they actually had Michael Allman come and sit in with them.
Wow.
So that was pretty stellar. We've got Riff Raff from out of Akron. It's a female-fronted rock and roll band, and they played with us last year for the first time and just brought the show with them. We've got we had the Dobro brothers last year, and Larry and John, and unfortunately John has passed away, so sometimes things happen. We lose bands and we can't do anything about it, but it's one door opens, another, you know, one door closes, another door opens, so we just have another act that's going to come in, and we still have the same people that want to come and have a good time. And we've got the new tribute this year is Night Prowler, an AC/DC tribute that we're putting on Friday. We've got This Avenue Dark. They've been with us for 5 years since the second show.
Wow.
And they do original, alternative, very powerful, very good stuff. We've had a lot of acts and a lot of people through the years, and
that's quite a variety.
Fun. It's really fun, yeah.
So
it's
where
fun.
Where are these venues at? Are they out in the woods, or?
Well, we always try to stay we want to stay Lorain County. We've been offered places and they'd be wonderful, but it's Lorain County Music Fest. We want to stay Lorain County. I mean, we do take acts from out of Lorain County and stuff like that, but we want to focus that it's Lorain County. So we always have the first 2 shows. We had a wonderful place in Oberlin, New Russia Township called Scott Lake. A lot of people remember this as the old Burgett Brothers Lake mega parties.
Right.
Really great time. They're not allowed to have amplified outside sound in the township, and we didn't know. The first 2 times we did it, we didn't know, and the city contacted them after the second one and said, hey, you have no amplified outside sound
so
here.
There's neighbors that...
Right. They're not that close, but it's just an ordinance that they put in
Gotcha.
that the Scott Lake people, when they took over the property, did not realize. So unfortunately, we haven't been able to do that there since the second year. We did skip the third year. We just didn't have the funds because it does all come out of nobody's pocket, basically. It pays for itself. We do pre-sale on the tickets in order to cover the expense of everything, and we get the bands a little bit of money from their sale with the tickets too, and it pretty much just evens everything out. So it's really kind of tricky to find a place. And so the third year the third event, the fourth year we had to find a place that was willing to, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and can we pay you after we do the tickets? And that's really hard to do. Most places you got to have the money up front.
Right.
So yeah, so
this is the 6th year.
this is the 6th year, actually, yes.
And so you got a place. What's the date of the next Lorain County Music Fest?
The date of the next Lorain County Music Fest, we always try to shoot for the last weekend in July. So the 27th, 28th, and 29th is this year. It's going to be at Bob Wells' backyard, which is 36097 Capel Road, right off of Avon Belden. So if you're going south on Avon Belden towards the Grafton Prison, you turn right onto Capel Road. It's the second house on the left.
Okay. So you have to know somebody in the band to get tickets?
Or you just show up? Any band. You could. There is front gates. You can come front gate all day long.
Okay.
I suggest pre-sale because we need to kind of know how many people we have because we don't have an exact cutoff, but we don't want to go too many because we don't want to. Hey, we'd all love a little Woodstock, but we don't want to have a traffic jam.
Right. Where would we go? Where would we go to get tickets?
You can see DC Carnes at Journey Around Music. He always has tickets with him every year for the season, or for this event. Any of the bands that are listed on the website or any of the bands, there is a Lorain County Music Fest Facebook.
Right.
So you can go to that site and all the information's on there. Any band that's listed will have tickets or access to tickets. You can call me. My number is 440-654-7000, And I will have tickets with me from starting on Sunday well, actually tomorrow on through. And the bands will have all the tickets from this Sunday
Great.
on.
And the date again of this show is?
July 27th, 28th, and 29th. It is a primitive camping event. It is all ages. It's only $15. And that $15 covers your camping for both days. It covers 19 bands. It's a heck of a deal. The people are friendly. The campground is nice. Bob Wells is a wonderful guy who's being really sweet to let us do this. The only thing we ask is leave just your footprints and, try to be respectful to others, and have a good, fun, healthy time.
Right on.
Yeah.
Now I saw I saw a video earlier today on YouTube with at the Classic Fest.
Yes. Classic Fest. Wonderful
that's
Nelson's
not
Ledges.
Yours. That's a Nelson's
No,
Ledges
that would be
Festival
wonderful,
they
but
put
yeah.
on every year.
Yeah.
And what year is that from? Last year?
That's from last year's. We didn't get this year's yet. My buddy Bob did take video, and he's still working on it. But yeah, I believe this is our fifth. Yeah, we just got fifth season at Nelson's Ledges. Every year they do the Classic Fest, and it's usually like their biggest event. And everybody's been feeling the economy. Everybody's been having issues with money and income and things like that. So we have seen a decline in people coming. The most they had a couple years back was 5,000. This year I think was just under 3. So it has, it's affected people a bit. But we love Classic Fest. It's amazing. We have a good time. All the people out at Nelson's, I admire Evan Kelly just for having the wonderful place to have an event like that. And the bands that come in, there's some incredible acts that come in, and just really wonderful people, and the energy is just amazing. All the rumors that you hear about, hey, they're busing people, hey, the Ledges is closed, all that it's just all a bunch of talk that those rumors have been going around for like 30 years.
Right.
The same rumors, the same thing. Every year it's, oh no, they're busing people left and right there. Oh no, don't go to the Ledges, it's closed. And it's to clarify, Nelson's Ledges is a wonderful place, and I know you guys focus on health and stuff. And if you know anything about metaphysical healing, it's a quartz quarry. So you're actually swimming in a quartz quarry lake. So think about the rejuvenating qualities of what that people don't understand. Oh man, I leave the water and I just feel amazing. There's a reason.
Have you ever met Greg that makes the smoothies?
Oh, you know Greg?
Hi.
I love Gregory. Yes. No.
He is like he's like Smoothie Yoda.
Yes.
Smoothie master.
He knows exactly how to make my veggie burger, and he knows exactly how to make my smoothie, and he would have it ready for me every morning. We used to vend. We used to
Oh, that
Unique
is
Boutique.
awesome.
We used to have our gift shop there, and we also did foods for a while. We did funky fajitas.
You know, back when I first met you, and honestly,
I
I
can't
can't
believe you
think.
know
Isn't that funny?
Gregory. He's amazing.
I can't think about how far it was
Mm-hmm.
or how long ago it was, I guess. But when I first met you, I kind of knew you as Little Miss Loud.
Yeah.
Where did that name come from?
I always call him my mentor, my second poppy is DC, Dwayne Charles Carnes. Everybody knows him as DC. It stands for argument that I consider him one of the greatest blues musicians in our area. He was just actually in the Guitar Center thing
That's
up
right.
until Tuesday. I think he made the third round.
He was the store winner.
Yes,
He represented North
yeah,
Olmsted.
That's awesome. And DC's just amazing. And the first time I ever sang, I was messing around doing karaoke, and I didn't know if I had a voice. My friends kept telling me, "You need to do," and I'm like, "Yeah." People, when they love you, will tell you nice things. So.
Yeah, no doubt.
So we were doing a jam night. He was doing a jam night at the warehouse, like in '94 or '95, I think it was, or something like that.
Probably about the time
right?
that I think back.
Yeah,
when you guys.
and right around then, yeah. And he knew that I would not just get up there, so they did "Burning Sky" by Bad Company, and he knew I knew it. I'm a huge Paul Rogers fan. Love Paul, love his voice. And I'm sitting in a booth with a friend and a couple of friends, and he's like, says my whole name. And everybody in the bar turns and looks at me. I'm just like, what? And so what do? You going to sit there and hide in the corner? Or are you going to go up there? He's like, so he's looking at me, come on, girl, I know you, come here, I know you can do this. So after we were done, he teased me, and he told me, he says, he goes, you got to have some kind of strong name, because you come out, like that lady from Meatloaf. And I said, what are you talking about? I said, oh, the lady that does Let Me Sleep On It. He goes, yeah. And he goes, do you know her name on the album is just Mrs. Loud? She don't have a name. It's just Mrs. Loud. And I'm like, right. And he goes, well, then you're Little Miss Loud. And that's how that came along.
So was this before your Janis Joplin?
Before the Janis,
okay.
yeah. And actually the Janis thing was also DC had kind of, I did not realize it, but I was doing a lot of Janis tunes. And DC is one of the first people that came to me. Let me clarify, my dad was a huge Joplin fan. And when I was little, he used to play the Cheap Thrills album over and over again. When she passed away, I was 3 years old. 1970, and he kept playing it. And the songs that stuck out the most for me were Bobby McGee off the Pearl album. Later he was doing that one, but he played the ones that stuck out the most to me was Piece of My Heart, Summertime, I believe, was it Crybaby on that one, or was that on the other one too? But he had the album is R. Crumb does a drawing on the front. It's all cartoon drawing, and you open it up and it's the band on stage, and I believe it's live at the Avalon Ballroom or something, and it's all the acid thing behind them, and it's huge, huge backdrop, and they're tiny figures on the stage. And 3 years old, laying on my bunk bed, listening to this through the intercom, which was at the state-of-the-art system when my dad put it in '67, so you could just press the button and whatever he was playing would come into my room. So I'd lay on my bunk bed, press that button, and I'd just look at that album, flip it over and flip it over and flip it over. And so it affected me quite a bit. And I didn't realize this until years later. So DC had come to me at one point, and my ex-fiance, they both said, you know what, you already do a bunch of her songs, you talk like her, you dress like her half the time, you cuss like her, sorry, thanks Dad, and why don't you just do a Joplin tribute? And I'm, oh come on, nah, and my first reaction was, not everybody loves her like I love her. Not everybody's going to be, oh yeah, let's go see this band because they're doing Joplin. That's the first thing I thought. I'm a bit of a sales head, so I'm like, you got to appeal to everybody. You can't just say, yeah, do this, buy this, whatever. So we toyed with it for a while. I talked about it. I made some plans, do some stuff up in my book, made some notes and stuff like that, and then kind of left it. And then my father got sick, and he passed. And we had to take him off of life support, so we were actually in the room with them. And I have 2 sisters and a brother, and we all had to be present. We all had to decide. And while we were sitting there talking, what are we going to do for the services, and what do you want to do? And we started talking about, we didn't want piped in organ music. We wanted Dad's music. So we started going through, and that's when you realize how much you're affected. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. We started listening to songs that we wanted to do. Joni Mitchell, started listening to songs that we knew he'd want to have. Just started going through everything that we knew he loved. Cat Stevens. We got to Janis Joplin, and everybody kind of looked at each other, and I think it was my sister Sherry. We rhymed, Terry, Sherry, Jerry. And Sherry said, what was that one the one he liked so much? That one that he used to, that one. I said, Ball and Chain. I knew. I just knew, because I'm like, that's that one. And then Terry agreed, and Jay said, yeah, he really, that one album, was that the same album? I'm like, yeah, that's the one he played all the time. So it was kind of weird, because we talked about it, and I said, well, you take these songs, I'll look up these ones. And I'm standing in Record Exchange a couple days later, and I pulled out the album, and as soon as I saw it, like, all these memories came back of laying on the bed, looking at the pictures, and I'm like, and it's like Dad sitting right here going, okay, so now what are you going to do? What are you going to do with this, honey? And I'm like, maybe I should do this. And the Ball and the Chain thing, like you said, that was it. And that was just, I already knew what the name was going to be and everything from that point out. And I was still kind of hedging on it. And my ex-fiance took me to see Love Janis. And that sealed it for me. About halfway through the show, I started crying. I couldn't stop crying. And I'm watching everybody else, and I'm like, everybody else is crying too. And I looked around that room, and I saw how much love that she still gets. And I'm like, yeah, maybe this is something, maybe this is something we should do. So, so it just kind of went from there. And lo and behold, we had a debut. We did all the money and all the advertising and everything ourselves, mostly out of my ex's pocket, to be honest. And we did the last show at Johnny Dixon's, of all places. We were the last band to play at Johnny Dixon's before it became a big gym. And Johnny was there for the show, which was pretty cool. And you know about the history of that. Mm-hmm. That was a big deal in Elyria. To play at Johnny Dixon's was like, you could rent it, but to have like a band and do the whole thing was, so we had to really
way back.
Yeah, right, exactly. And so we were really honored to be the last band there and have it be our first time out. And we had a tremendous showing of people. And it was a really incredible thing. And I'm like, okay, well, people do like Janis still. So we're just going to roll with this.
You know, they did a great expo at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes.
For Janis.
Yes.
Which I thought was really cool.
That was me that set off the alarm trying to touch her dress. I'm sorry.
You want to get the mojo. I did the same thing with
I touched her car when I was first there, too. Couldn't reach Jimmy's guitar. It was too far up the wall. They know better. They put that way up there. We're sad. Musicians
awesome.
are sad. We're so weird.
It is. And
sorry.
do you have well, you know that the Playhouse is doing a show at the end of July.
Somebody said something about something, but
Yeah.
I haven't had TV in almost 2 years, and I haven't I don't watch anything, so I know nothing about it. So I got to find out about this because I would love to see.
At the end of July or towards when it gets close to the shows, I know we're going to have some of the musicians and the actors from the show come out to the Guitar Center.
So they're actually like a play then, or is it a?
Yeah.
An actual,
yeah, and they have
shit.
a band and music, and it's okay.
Sorry. Oh my God.
But you know,
that's
you're
very
the first
exciting
person.
to me.
That's the
You're
first.
I'm always the bad one. It's always Jerry.
But no worries. You're on the internet. We don't need to bleep it.
Okay, good.
So
okay.
that's good. But yeah, they're gonna come out and I guess do some stuff
That's
at the
awesome.
store.
I want to get some info on that.
It'd be
for
interesting.
sure.
You know, if you also have a acoustic act, you call it Unchained.
Right.
And that's just you and the guitar player,
Yeah.
or how's that work?
It's just me and the guitar player, and Mike is we jokingly call him caveman or Mongo because he's one of those guys where it's like it's all guitar or nothing. He's just that's Mike that's the way he is. Mike Beeble. We call him Viva La Beeble a lot too. Long live Beeble, and
he's also a songwriter. You were telling me.
Yes, he has a lot of his own stuff. A lot of people do not know that he does a couple. I want to say at least 2 songs when we do the Unchained. He does at least 2 of his own, and his father, I guess he said when he was like 2.5, his father gave him his first guitar when he was just so small, and he just went crazy with it. He just could not put it down. He wanted to take it everywhere. He tells me stories all the time about how he was jealous when his buddy got a bass rig and his amp was bigger than his, so he had to go out and get one too, and just funny stuff like that. And he's pretty amazing, and he's been with me from the get.
And you have a drummer and bass player.
Yeah, we actually are transposing between 2 drummers. We had to do like what you were saying, the thing about the stress. You love what you're doing, but the bottom line is I'm the band manager, but I'm also the band mom, and I have 3 different personalities besides my own that I got to keep in mind. And we had to lose a couple of guys around January just over. It was just actually just a really silly thing, and it was just a misunderstanding, and I didn't like the attitude, and I'm like, I can't work with people like this, so we had to let some people go. And we did a rush fill-in real quick, and of all people we grabbed up out of the blue, Mickey Ross, who used to play with Grizzly, is our regular drummer, and we have Rob LaNave, who is the drummer for Dead Ahead, who's been filling in and covering whatever Mickey can't. So he knew, we all knew that we were going to be getting another guy, and we just picked up a really great guy named Chris Veru, and he's pretty awesome. He just started with us. His first sorry to run him through the ringer show was last Saturday at a campground in Shawn Acres in Oberlin. So we're like, it's okay, baby, we'll be fine.
Well, when we get back from, we're going to go on a break here in just a few seconds. When we get back from the break, obviously we have a lot more to talk about.
Okay.
And I want to show a couple of the videos from the Classic Fest event at Nelson Ledges.
Yes, I ran along.
And we'll get to hear a little bit of Geri and her band, Ball and Chain.
Awesome.
Play at Classic Fest, and we'll see you right after the break. Thanks again.
User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com.
The Radio Network weather is brought to you by NeoWeather and NeoWeather.com, Ohio's home for weather. Very hot day out there today as temperatures soar into the middle 90s. We'll get close to breaking or tying a couple of heat records. Lows overnight will drop into the middle 70s, and we'll have a slight chance for a few evening thunderstorms. The big story, of course, is the heat, and if you will be outside today, wear sunscreen and drink plenty of water, and of course, seek an air-conditioned building to cool off from time to time. Friday will still be hot with highs in the low 90s. We'll also have a slight chance for a few evening thunderstorms, but no real relief from the dry weather appears to be in sight. The weekend will be hot as well with highs around 90 on Saturday and in the upper 80s on Sunday, with another chance for a few late-day storms. From the MSC Radio Network and NeoWeather.com, I'm forecaster Mark Spencer.
If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web, lifestylelimousineservice.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at ReduxDirect.com. That's ReduxDirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. By logging on to lovecocaine.com. Pete 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com.
You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC. And you know what saved them? Rectify backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that guy and wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectify backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectify can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectify.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe the Printer Guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full
full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now.
Oh, wow. Language.
Okay, he was PMSing.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Welcome back to A Healthy Cleveland. I'm here with Jerry from Ball and Chain, the premier Janis Joplin tribute band. And, Jerry, we started off, the conversation at the beginning of the show just talking about, obviously this is something that you love.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a passion of yours. And it becomes a business in a way, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's a self-run business. Obviously, you're the CEO.
Oh, yeah.
And
Chairman of the board, the whole bit.
When you're taking on something that you're so passionate about and something you love, and the stress hits of, oh my gosh, where's the venue going to be at this year?
Right.
Or where's
my
band
drummer
that
not
didn't
showing
show
up,
up? Or right,
What do you mean you have another gig?
And then you do it year after year after year, obviously, and month after month, with the band and the gigs. So it's like, what do you do to relax?
Well, the first thing I do when the month of July starts, because I know the Music Fest is at the end, is I apologize to everybody that knows me beforehand for my crazy behavior that's about to happen. And I hate to say it, but to de-stress, it's usually music. And if I don't do it with the band, I will pick something that I find easily to vent to, and that could be anything from Disturbed to Alanis Morissette to Janis to what have you.
That's awesome.
And the other day I got some crazy news, and I went in my room and I shut the door and I put on her second, Alanis Morissette's second album, and I just raged that. And by the time I was done with the album singing along, I felt great.
You ever still listen to vinyl?
Oh yeah, I have. Yes, I do. I have. Yes,
Vinyl
I have
was
one
a
that
great way
plays.
for me with music to
I have a
relax because it
phonograph.
kind of takes me back. You know what I mean? When you
Sometimes
listen
I
to
like the
vinyl,
cracks and the scratches and the
but
crackle. Yeah.
It's not a lot of people listen to vinyl. I mean, there are a lot of people listen. You'd be surprised, but on a wide scale, not a lot of people do. So, music is wonderful. It's funny. I pulled up the top 10 ways to relieve stress, and music is number 4.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
You want to hear them real quick?
Yeah.
Take a bath.
Oh yeah.
Massage therapy.
Right.
Yoga, stretching. Music was number 4. Exercise. This one I wasn't expecting. Drink tea.
Really?
Tea can help you
Drink
relax.
tea every day.
It's a good way to do it. Sleep.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You need sleep.
Sleep is
and
kind
that
of a big
seems to
one.
be the first thing that I sacrifice.
And it's the first thing everybody sacrifices. It's like the worst thing. It's like,
Right.
our bodies need it.
Here's a good one. My favorite. Take a vacation.
Yes.
Take a break.
Yes.
Go somewhere.
Even if it's just a day to another place that isn't at your home. It doesn't have to be 500 miles away.
And this one I totally didn't understand. Number 9 is make a to-do list.
I get that.
Be organized
I
so
get
you're
that.
not sweating
I'm a horrible Virgo,
Right.
and when I make a list, it somehow
This
keeps
is one that
me
I
more
need
on
to
track.
figure out and get better at too.
Rub some Virgo on you.
Read a book.
I read a lot too.
Do you? What do you like to read?
Everything. I like fantasy novels. I love mysteries. Dean R. Koontz, Stephen King. Those guys are, of course, always. Stephen always been my favorite. And when I found Koontz, I was like, holy crap! And just read. I actually just got done reading Dean Koontz, the husband. Just finished that one last week. Just got the I think it's Aragon, the Dragon series. Picked up 4 books from a friend in PA. I'm also in the middle. I'm still halfway through. I'll do a couple different books a week sometimes. I'm still halfway through Lamort d'Arthur, which is the most like accurate thing of King Arthur so far. Love
Excellent.
Arthur. Love anything about that too. So.
It's funny. It's like, you know, looking at the list, like how many of those things that we do, and
Yeah, I do like 4 of them. It's crazy. I never thought about that. Yeah, 4 or 5 of them.
anything not on the list?
Vitamins. I gotta have vitamins. I've been taking ginseng and garlic and calcium on a regular basis probably for about 15 to 18 years, I think. Most of
Obviously,
them.
calcium good for women, especially for women, for
Oh, yeah.
obvious reasons, and then for energy.
Yes.
Ginseng.
Oh
right?
yes, and it's not just that. I just found out. I read a couple of years ago, and I never knew this. That ginseng is a mild antidepressant, also. That yeah, that would make it. Because people ask me all the time, "How do you stay happy? How are you always so bouncy?" I'm like,
Right.
"Can you bottle that?" I'm like, "No, you just." I don't have like a really like serious diet regime, but I do drink tea pretty much every day, and I usually do a couple cups.
Wow.
I usually use honey, not sugar. I do water as much as I can. I love the vitamin waters. I love the vitamin waters. The which ones are they? Yeah, the Glacier. Love those, whatever they are. And,
Well, if you haven't
vitamins
seen,
every day.
If you haven't seen Geri on stage, you know what the vitamins are doing. They're giving
Yeah.
her some power and some
Garlic.
energy.
It's really good for you.
Chris, if we could go to the video, let's check out this video at Classic Fest of Geri and the band Ball and Chain.
I apologize for cussing beforehand because
More now than he's ever needed in his whole probably time he's been here. I'm gonna take a little moment to give Evan a shout out of love. Isn't this a beautiful, wonderful place that he gives us to come and have a good time? Well, and you might as well face it at his expense. So make sure you take care of your campsites. Don't leave nothing but your footprints. Pick up all that trash and stuff, even if it's somebody else's, because you know what? It might be you someday. We call it the Godfather effect. For you too might need a favor someday. You know? And while you got it, man, love the person next to you, man, because they might not be here tomorrow. You know, and we might not ever have these moments again, so you use them and cherish them and tell people that you love them. Everybody turn to somebody and give them a hug. Man, please. Let's heal this shit. Heal this shit, man. Seriously, man. And I gotta, you see this camera right out here? Can I all get a big loud on the count of 3? Can y'all scream praise Bob? 1, 2, 3. Praise Bob! Bob came out Thursday night with our guitarist Mike and came out and set up our site. But he didn't have any of our tents because I stupidly had them in my van. Getting my hair done because I'm a prima donna. So he and Mike came out and set up all the shit, tried to wait for me, and it never happened. And we had quite a fiasco yesterday. We left Mike at home. Thought Bob was coming. Bob thought we left without him. Bob came to here to save the site. And Mike's sitting at home, and I'm like, holy fuck. For real. Might not even came over to see if anybody needed a ride. We're like, no, dude, we're good. And it's Mike's birthday, too. Please, if you see this man, get him high, throw him some drugs, get him a drink, do whatever. This weekend only, he's allowed to get as fucked up as he wants to be. As soon as we come back from the boat basin tonight, we're going to leave for about 5 hours. We're going to come back and hang out and party with y'all. We got another show we got to get to, but it's all good. And for furthermore, here we go. Bust the flag that night, when you switched on, I was feeling God has come and peace and night, just before the rain, rode us all the way out of the water. I pour my heart in my dirty red could save my soul. Through all kinds of weather, through everything we've done, Holy Spirit, get me from dark around. One day a mystery star, let us slip away. So let me out for the home, all because it is. When I trade all of my tomorrows for a single yesterday, to be home by the fire, close to mine. Freedom just another one more, nothing left to lose, nothing. And that's all that probably left me. And I'm feeling good was easy now when he sang the blues. And I'm feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me. Everybody, everybody. I want to hear you ready. La da da, la da 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 la.
It looks just like SoCo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great stuff. You know, that's a good time. I love going out to Nelson's. You know,
I just love the people. They're amazing. The
yeah.
love and just the attention, the camaraderie is amazing. It's everybody loves everybody. It's a weekend where everybody is just happy. It's awesome.
and we were talking during the video, and you were. I wanted you to talk a little bit about how you said you had gotten off pharmaceuticals, or you want to avoid
Yeah,
taking
I can't-
pharmaceuticals, and
Yeah. Well, first, I've always been really sensitive to them. I can't handle them whatsoever. Any kind of pain med, you want to see Geri go unconscious? That's how you make Geri unconscious. So I had to find different ways to like handle pain and things like that. And I've, when I had my first son, I had labor for quite a while before I had him. Then I had to go C-section. And when I had the pain afterwards, they gave me a codeine, and it completely, I was annihilated. I couldn't lift my head up. I couldn't hold the baby. I'm drooling on myself. It was crazy. 10 milligrams of codeine. I'm like, never give it to me again. So in order to handle the pain from that, I kept doing like the Lamaze breathings and doing the, because I had to focus on something because I could not take it. So imagine 3 C-sections with nothing but Tylenol and ibuprofen for healing. Yeah,
sure,
the pain. But so I started looking into natural things, and I found out that you can do all kinds of things in lieu of. And I got some things I call my herbal Bibles or what have you, and I started looking up the different properties of different things, and that's what got me into the vitamins and doing the ginseng. And like garlic, for example, antiviral, antitoxin, and antibacterial. So it flushes your body, it keeps you healthy, It gets the toxins out of your system. It's amazing. And when I don't have it, my immune system does go down. And the only time I ever get sick is when I miss a couple days of my vitamins. Seriously.
Wow. You know, it's wild to hear somebody else talk about it that I know, because I was prescribed for my back steroids, naproxen, and a muscle relaxer that I can't remember what it was, but. You know, I took those for 3 months, and it didn't go away. And they said, "Oh, we want to do everything to avoid surgery."
Yeah, crazy side effects too, right? Because they're always a crazy side effect.
And that's how I got turned on to just changing my diet and eating, and it's how I ended up getting turned on to the Vitamix. Have you ever experienced or blending food?
Oh yeah,
and,
I worked at Aladdin's restaurant in Amherst for 2 years, and one of the things I love the most is being able to do the all-natural fruit stuff. And I believe in antioxidants. When I do the tea thing, I have a shelf full of herbs, and I have chamomile at the ready. I try to keep stuff in my garden. I can't always. My garden's kind of sad this year, but my chamomile's biannual. Will be back next year, so I'm excited. And so there's I got turned on to that. And not only that, you can tell. I mean, just listen to your body when you drink something like that, or when you're taking vitamins. There's a definite difference from when you don't. I know when I've gone a day or two without vitamins, I'm like, what is wrong with me? Oh. That's right.
What is your favorite veggies?
Favorite veggies? It's silly. I love snow peas or snap peas. I love them. They're awesome.
Really?
And yeah, I can eat them all the time. I'll just pick them right off and find
And your favorite fruit?
My favorite fruit? Oh, that's hard. Strawberries are amazing. Love strawberries. I would have probably strawberries. I do a lot of strawberries.
Well, perfect, because last week I went to the grocery store, and because I was limited on time, and I didn't buy my stuff ahead of time and freeze it like I usually do.
Yep.
And man, I was going through all the strawberries, and I'm so picky when I'm picking my fruit.
Yes,
you know?
yes, me too.
But this week I caught them right as they were rolling them out of the back. I was like, good timing.
Don't be afraid to ask them to go in the back and get them too. I've done that before.
No, I don't do that. But so tonight we're gonna do some strawberries.
Yum.
And we're going to do kale. Have you done kale?
Ooh, I had it before, but I've never actually been able to see it or play with it.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
Spinach and stuff like that I did a lot of at Aladdin, so yeah.
Excellent. I like spinach. I do spinach a lot.
It's great in a drink too. It's amazing.
I'm pretty simple. I don't need a whole lot of variety. You know, I think most people kind of frown on the way that I eat, but I enjoy it. You know, and it's just. I think that the benefits have been such an incredible thing, you know. So I want to turn everybody I can onto eating food from a blender.
Well, who was it?
Eating their food raw.
Right, Jack LaLanne. I mean, look how long he lived, right? I mean, how healthy was he? And everybody thought blah blah blah. No, seriously, he's a very healthy guy. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. You know, and I can't remember the guy's name now. My friend Tim would kill me because he's told me the name 100 times, and we watched this guy on YouTube, but. He's probably 74, and one of the things that he likes, he's a Jack LaLanne type guy, not in the exercise way, but more in the food that you eat way. And one of the things he talks about is, you know, we really don't need a lot of food.
No,
the way we've been kind of brought up in this society in America is the land of the plentiful.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and I've always had more food on my plate, you know, than I could ever eat, and. You know, so we do tend to eat, I think, more than we naturally should. Our bodies can naturally metabolize. That's why I like the idea about the, I think it was the milk thistle. That's what I was thinking, milk thistle. And to keep the liver really healthy.
And the thing about flaxseed, too.
Right on.
And it's something I read about a long time ago, too. Red clover is responsible for, your white cell count. So that... A lot of people that are having problems with cancer and things like that, they need to look into that. There's all kinds of natural remedies that you can do.
There's so much to learn
that do not have adverse effects. If you do have to take certain chemicals or pharmaceuticals or whatever, there's all kinds of natural stuff that you can take that does not have an adverse reaction or stuff doesn't affect you like it would with the side effects of other stuff. So
I'm about to show you the world of the Vitamix here.
Nice.
But if you haven't, I'm going to switch over here.
Okay.
We cool? You know, Jerry, I don't know if you are aware of this or not, but Vitamix is an 80-year-old company that is started right here in Olmsted Falls.
I have heard of them, yeah.
They have a huge factory. They have a campus there.
Wasn't Lucy their spokesperson for? I'm kidding.
You know?
Vitamix?
I should be. You hear that, Vitamix?
Right.
All right, if you're looking for a spokesperson.
Yes,
but no, you know what? It's just, for me, it is a passion now. You know, just because I've just felt so much of the benefits. You know, I mentioned this last week, and I've got to tell you too. One of the coolest things about it is it is very easy to clean.
Oh, yeah.
When you're done, you fill it up with the hot soapy water, you run it for 30 seconds, pour it out, rinse it out, and you're done. This is really cool.
Yeah, you're talking to a smoothie girl.
Nice and lightweight. You know,
I've made them
you
for
and I are
years,
going to have to hook up. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get a segment, and we're going to take the iPhone, and you and me are going to have to meet with Greg.
Yes.
And have Greg make us. A
Oh my God, that would be
smoothie,
amazing.
And show
That would be
it for
amazing.
the show.
I would love to see Gregory too. I haven't seen. I looked for him this year. Didn't see him yet.
I use something. I try to switch
Soy?
it up and get some variety. This is silk with vanilla. Sometimes I use
It's
the
good.
plain.
Yeah.
And I can use a nice little base there. We'll make it nice and juicy.
Have you
and
tried any of the
liquidy
almond
tonight.
milks yet?
Almond milk. We did almond milk a couple of
Good.
shows ago with Tommy, and I think that was the first time I'd had almond milk on the show. I love that.
It's tasty. It's really good.
Sometimes I'll get like the chocolate. Oh my gosh, chocolate almond milk.
Yes, that's good
It's
stuff.
phenomenal. I haven't done like a strawberry chocolate milk
Yeah,
smoothie.
like a chocolate covered
That
strawberry.
might be really
Yes.
good.
My best and dearest friend, we've been friends. We just realized last week it'll be 35 years this year that we've been friends, and she has fibromyalgia, so she cannot do milk products. She can't do cheese. She can't do eggs. She can't do a lot of stuff. 'Cause
Oh, wow.
What her diet, what she intakes, can cause flare-ups and cause her to have worse days than not.
no kidding.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we've experimented with each other ourselves, you know, through the years. Where, well, did you try this yet? Well, I can't find this anywhere. And if I see it, or tofu and things like that, I'll grab stuff for her sometimes because she can't eat stuff. So when we have meals together, we always try to do something where we know she can't do mushrooms and things like that. I'm like, that's the worst part. I'm like, mushrooms and ice cream. She can't do ice cream. That sucks.
Well, you know, allergies too. I mean,
yeah.
some people die if they eat a nut, you know?
And a lot of people don't realize that some of their body problems are something as simple as allergies. And we used to get, up until what I read was up until about 100 years ago, we used to get all of our nutrients from our vegetables and from our fruits that we grew ourselves, but pollution, toxins, the way our environment is and things like that have taken so much out of our vitamins that we don't get. We're not healthy from our food the way we used to be. We have to take vitamins for supplement. We have to do other things for antioxidants because we aren't getting the chlorophyll and the antioxidants of the things that we do normally, that we would normally 100 years ago.
Right.
Because it's all being tainted by everything around us, to be quite blunt.
My grandparents and my great-grandparents
Yep.
and great-grandparents were farmers.
So was my grandfather, yes.
You know, and that was pretty much all they knew. You know, they had my great grandmother, my grandmother's mom had 10 kids.
Yeah,
And so they could all work on
Right.
the farm.
right,
All
that's what
right.
they did.
Well, here we go. We have some soy milk, the vanilla soy, strawberries, some
I see
kale.
apples and kale.
I added apple and banana. All right, so we're really going fruity. And about 45 seconds.
Okay.
Let's get it on here.
Great machine. And then the ice.
I like to add ice.
I do too, because it makes it very
I
chilly.
love milkshakes.
Yep. I do
So,
too.
ice for me is just like a beautiful thing. See if I can get it all in there.
Something that's really wonderful
And whip
too.
it real quick. We're running out of time,
Yep.
so we're gonna whip this smoothie up.
Wine slushy.
All right, Jerry, here we go.
Look
I'm
it
so
up.
glad to get to do this with you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me
Thank you
tonight.
for having me. I was so happy when you called me. I was really excited.
It was such a pleasure having you on the show. And let me pour this for you.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Enjoy.
Yes, we're going to.
All right, folks. Once again, another episode of Healthy Cleveland. Thank you so much for joining us. Check out the Lorain County Music Fest, the 27th, 28th, and 29th
Of July.
in Cleveland. Be healthy. Thanks again, everybody.
Oh, that's awesome.